I call to order the Gurnee Village Board meeting of February 2nd, 2026. Roll call, please.
Thorstensen.
Here.
Woodside.
Present.
Ross.
Here.
Garner.
Here.
O'Brien.
Present.
Thomas.
Present.
6 present.
Y'all stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, as we start all of our meetings, we have public comment. Anybody that would have a public comment with regard to any item on the agenda, there'll be an opportunity for public comment at the end of the meeting for anything not on the agenda. So anybody qualifies for that first one, please step to the microphone and state your name. There being nobody, on to the approval of consent agenda. Is there a motion?
Second.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. Roll call, please.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Pat?
Item number 1, approval of the minutes from the January 26, 2026 meeting. Item number 2, approval of Police Department request to dispose of certain documents as authorized by the State of Illinois Local Records Commission. Item number 3, approval of Police Department request for Canine Officers Tom Yenchitz and Travis Hitzelberger to attend the 12th Annual International Canine Training Seminar in Las Vegas, Nevada from March 10th through 13th, 2026 at a cost not to exceed $900, all their expenses covered by the Northern Illinois Police Alarm System. Item number 4, approval of payroll for period ending January 23rd, 2026 in the amount of $1,019,760.17. Item number 5, approval of bills for period ending February 2nd, 2026 in the amount of $349,014.67.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second by Trustee Garner, second by Trustee Ross. Roll call, please.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. On to petitions and communications. First one is approval of proclamation designating February 2026 as Black History Month in the Village of Gurnee. Every February, the U.S. honors the contributions and sacrifices of African Americans who have helped shape the nation. Black History Month celebrates the rich cultural heritage, triumphs, and adversities that are an indelible part of our country's history. This year's theme, A Century of Black History Commemorations, marks 100 years of organized national efforts to study, teach, and celebrate Black history, building from Dr. Carter G. Woodson's original Black History Week into today's Black History Month. The theme invites us to reflect on why commemoration matters, how these observances have shaped understandings of Black life and history, and how honoring the past continues to strengthen culture, community, and progress today. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim February 2026 as Black History Month. In the Village of Gurnee, I call upon the citizens of the Village of Gurnee to observe this month and encourage all to learn more about the rich heritage of Black and African Americans and their extraordinary contributions to our nation. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by
Gurnee.
Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
On to the second one. This is the approval of a proclamation designating February 8th through 14, 2026 as Future Business Leaders of America Phi Beta Lambda. Barely screwed me up. FBLA-PBL Week in the Village of Gurnee. All right. This week, beginning on Sunday, February 8th, is recognized as Future Business Leaders of America, FBLA Week, by the national organization. Founded in 1925, FBLA is dedicated to preparing students for careers in business or business-related fields and encourages education through participation in its states and local chapters, which are based in secondary schools and universities. The national organization encourages its chapters to use this week to educate others about FBLA and recruit new membership. Warren Township High School has a local FBLA chapter. They're here today. We'll have them talk in a bit. And the village chooses to help promote their education campaign through this proclamation. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim the week of February 8th through the 14th, 2026 as the Future Business Leaders of America Week in the Village of Gurnee. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Garner, second by trustee Thorstensen. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And at this time, if you two gentlemen would like to step up to the microphone, or one of them, that's fine, to tell us a little bit about FBLA at the Warren Township High School.
Thank you all for having us. For Warren FBLA, we do different volunteer events. Earlier this year, we wrote cards for veterans, raised and got food donations for our local food bank. We also do competitive events. A week ago or 2 weeks ago, we had our first competitive event of the year at College of Lake County. Our next one is in early April down in Springfield. And if you place top 4 in the state there, you can go to nationals, which will be in San Antonio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Actually, if you guys would, you want to state both your names, just so we have a record of that?
My name is Kyle Williams.
And I am Jacob Halconnell.
All right, and actually, we have a proclamation you could take with you, if you guys would like. Just want to thank you for being involved. That's really super important, especially in high school, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right. So the third is the approval of a proclamation designating February 11, 2026 as 211 Day in the Village of Gurnee. United Way of Lake County has been dedicated to serving children and families in our community for more than 100 years, and as a result, the critical service of 211 Lake County was launched on September 24, 2019. We come together to celebrate and raise awareness for this vital resource that is free, open, and available for everyone in Gurnee and across Lake County. As a community, we recognize the importance of having access to information and support in times of need and acknowledge the significant impact that 211 has in improving the lives of individuals and families. Now therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim February 11, 2026 as 211 Day in the Village of Gurnee and encourage everyone to become aware of the service provided by 211. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien, second by trustee Thorstensen. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we have a young lady that would like to speak to us about 211. Is that right? Okay, thank you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Maria Nava, 211 Manager, and on behalf of United Way of Lake County, I would like to thank Mayor Hood and the board for tonight's recognition of 211 Day here in Gurnee. We're grateful for your partnership and for helping raise awareness of 211, a free confidential service available 24/7 to everyone in our community. Since launch just over 6 years ago, we have made over 448,000 connections to information and support to Lake County residents, including individuals and families right here in Gurnee. Thank you again for helping us celebrate 211 Day and for shining a light on this vital resource. Thank you.
Actually, I have a proclamation if you'd like to take that with you. And also, thank you. We know that the Village of Gurnee uses those services more than I ever imagined, so we're very thankful for that being available. So, thanks. Okay. So on to reports. I see Nick over there. So presentation by Village Engineer Nick Leach, 2024-2025 All Natural Hazards Mitigation Plan, ANHMP, Progress Report, and update on the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, NPDES permit. And this, Nick, qualifies us for something, if I remember right. We have to do this.
Correct.
Okay. It's a good answer.
Actually, the second part is not that we have to, but I did want to provide an update on some of the changes that are coming down eventually. So thank you, Mayor and trustees. This presentation serves as our annual notification to the public and to the board regarding the 2022 All Natural Hazard Mitigation Plan and the steps we've taken this past year. And additionally, just a quick update on the National Pollution Discharge Elimination System, NPDES. As the name suggests, this plan identifies all the natural hazards. It also assesses vulnerabilities and determines how to minimize and eliminate risk based on a set of agreed-upon goals. The goals of the All Natural Hazard Mitigation Plan include protecting the lives, health, safety of the people of Lake County from impacts and effects of natural hazards, protect public services, utilities, and critical facilities from potential damage from natural events, mitigate existing buildings to protect against damage from natural events, ensure new developments do not create new exposures of people and property to damage from natural events, and then mitigate to protect against economic and transportation losses due to natural hazards. The mitigation plan also is a requirement of the Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000. So in order to qualify for grant funding, which we've utilized very successfully in the past, to acquire and remove properties from the floodplain, we must adopt and maintain the plan annually, or every 5 years, I should say, and then report on it annually. As I mentioned, every year we must review the plan, any hazards encountered, and discuss how our action items have been implemented. This past year, the village did not see any major hazard within town, which is a good thing. FEMA requires hazard mitigation plans to be updated and readopted every 5 years. Lake County just finished updating this past 2022, and the village adopted the plan in 2023. So the next update will probably be around 2027, 2028. Mitigation action plan. So action items, the action plan outlines the recommended activities and initiatives to be implemented over the next 5 years. It's understood, I should say next 2 years. It's understood that implementation is contingent on availability and resources such as staff and funding. We've selected action items that are pertinent to the community and obligate ourselves to 23 of the possible 61 action items. I won't go through all of them. They've been annually the same thing every year. I'll just comment on the most notable action item, which is action item number 15, improving the building codes and building codes and code enforcement. This past year, we just updated to the 2024 ICC and building codes. We were currently under the 2012 building codes, so we're achieving what we needed to be doing in terms of making sure that we were staying up to date with our building codes and enforcements. For the other items, the village continues to work towards making sure action items are being implemented and achieved. So with that, are there any questions regarding this all hazard mitigation plan?
Comments or questions? To the right, to the left? No, Nick?
Great. Moving on to the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System. I kind of want to just give a little update on how things are going to be changing come August of this year. But first, I'll kind of go through the background of what this even is. So this is a federal program established under the Clean Water Act to regulate pollutant discharges into the waters of the United States. It requires permits for municipal, industrial, construction, and stormwater discharges. For municipalities, this applies through it's called the MS4. It's also known as the Municipal Separate Storm Sewer System. So MS4 communities are required to develop and implement a stormwater management program, also known as SWIMP, SWMP. It's designed to reduce pollutants entering our waterways. So the program is built around 6 minimum control measures: public education and outreach, public involvement and participation, illicit discharge detection and elimination, construction site stormwater runoff control, post-construction stormwater management for new development and redevelopment, and then pollution prevention and good housekeeping for our municipal operations. In Illinois, compliance for small MS4s are governed under the ILR 40 general permit. So that's the permit we receive for this National Pollution Discharge Elimination System. The last full permit cycle ran from 2016 to 2021. It's primarily focused on implementing best management practices. Since 2021, communities have been operating under an interim permit while the state developed an updated requirement. The new permit cycle covering 2026 through 2030 represents a significant shift. It introduces expanded and more detailed reporting requirements, replaces the concept of maximal extent practical with measurable goals. And it places a stronger emphasis on tracking and documentation performance across all 6 minimum control measures. So essentially, in years past, we basically just state that we're going to do everything we can with time and resources that we can continue to, make sure we're doing our annual inspections, making sure we are enforcing illicit discharges and removing them. Going forward, the permits requiring documentation and recording of everything. So the amount of material you send out on an annual basis for educational purposes, how many public forums are being implemented each year, dry weather inspections, wet weather inspections, illicit discharges eliminated, notification, how many notifications every year we do, and the list goes on. So it basically, it's going to be putting a larger burden on us to track all this, and so Public Works and Engineering has been game planning this past winter and the spring in terms of preparing our stormwater management plan going into 2026. So what is next? So we'll have until August 1st, 2026 to start implementing the new standards. Public Works and Engineering, it's been a team effort, and it will be a team effort. We'll be able to do some things, and they'll be able to do some things in terms of tracking inspections, tracking documentation. The biggest thing right now is we're waiting on Lake County SMC to provide us an update. Previously, they were able to take care of a lot of the public outreach, educational criteria for this permit. So the question is still out if they're going to take on additional roles under this new permit, or kind of what is going to be the expectations from them to make sure that everybody's going to be compliant with the new permit. And so that's still to be determined. There also is several questions back to the IEPA regarding some of the requirements. Some of the requirements specifically is like, how much % reduction of illicit discharges, have you had? And it's just kind of a unquantifiable number that they're requesting. So we've had a seminar not too long ago regarding the new permit updates, and so there's probably over a dozen questions back to the IPA that we haven't received yet from all the communities. And so finally, from now until August, Engineering and Public Works will be working together kind of to tackle what we can and update our stormwater pollution prevention plan. So with that, are there any questions regarding the updates?
All right. Yes, Trustee Thorstenson.
Since we are, the acronym included N for national.
Yes.
Okay, just want to validate.
Oh, no. Yep. Oh, yes, it does. It's a federal program, correct. Yep.
So since we are downstream, is Wisconsin required to participate?
Yes, and so that is one of the bigger items because it actually makes you join, like we're a part of the Des Plaines Watershed Work Group, and in the permit, it actually states that you need to be actively participating in a work group. So from that perspective, that's good. We've been doing that. We're already doing that. So other places will have to somehow prove that they're participating in some shape or form regarding that criteria. So yes, I guess to answer your questions, they'll have to start upping their standards for illicit discharge.
And then I guess my other question is, you were saying it's hard to quantify the illicit discharges. Do we have businesses that are accountable and part of this plan because they, have discharges? Or is that more of a SMC?
No, so any business shouldn't be discharging into the storm sewer. If they are, it would be considered an illicit discharge, and which is we can't do that. So there really shouldn't be any businesses discharging other than rainwater into the system. And if they are, we obviously will go inspect that and track it and and enforce it accordingly.
And I guess I'm going to throw in a 2A question. In the past, it seems like the Corps of Engineers from Great Lakes had been key stakeholders in these types of environmental plans. Are they part of this as well?
They aren't like associated with this permit per se, because it's strictly for like municipalities and anybody who's kind of producing some type of discharge. So like our treatment plant, they'll be a part of it. Any industrial folks that are kind of discharging some type of water, obviously the water's gonna have to be treated before it gets discharged into the storm system. So it's really, this permit is really more focused towards that. They do participate, Army Corps of Engineers, but not in like a direct correlation. I guess hopefully that kind of answers your question.
It does, thank you.
Okay. And really, this is just like, I wanted to just bring this up because it's going to take more time and resources in the future. This next year, we're going to kind of feel it out to see how much actually additional work it's going to be required of staff.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, I just summarized that. There's changes coming down the pipeline. We're not sure. I mean, some of them we know what they are. We're not sure how the work's going to be divvied up. There's probably going to be, there's going to be an impact on village staff, so you may see in the future a new position proposed to handle this, depending on how much work actually the village is going to be responsible for. It may be someone we bring on board full-time, part-time, maybe consultant work, but kind of what Nick's seeing, the handwriting on the wall, is going to be more than what current staff can handle. So, heads up.
Heads up, all right. No old business, on to new business. First item is approval of Police Department recommendation to award the generator, automatic transfer switch, and external portable generator receptacle replacement to Kelso Burnett at cost of $26,149. Pat.
Sure. So all of our facilities have backup generators. We went through this just a little bit ago, actually, with Village Hall. So automatic transfer switch. When we lose ComEd power, the generators start up, the automatic transfer switch then switches from the ComEd power to the generator power to power the building. So back in November, we had a ComEd power outage. Police department was affected by it. Power went out, generator turned on, was producing power, but the automatic transfer switch didn't switch the power over. So the part of the building that was on generator power was never fired up. That part of the building was dark for the duration of the power outage, which was about 20 minutes. So when staff found out that was happening, got a hold of a company, they came out and looked at it, said that the automatic transfer switch had failed and needed to be replaced. Also discovered during that point in time, we purchased that trailer-mounted generator, stored at Public Works, to be able to bring to different facilities and plug it in if needed. The outside receptacle hasn't been updated since we bought that generator, so the outside receptacle doesn't match up with the plug on the generator, so that's an issue as well. So the company that came out, and then two other companies we requested proposals from. A company that came out didn't respond with a proposal to replace the switch and update the receptacle outside. Another company that we used here at Village Hall, Midwest Power, said they could do it, but they'd have to shut the power off to the building for a couple hours, which the police facility is not ideal. Kelso Burnett, who originally installed the automatic transfer switch, and we've used, different departments have used them over the years with success. I got a proposal from them. They can replace the automatic transfer switch, keep the power on the building at the same time, and do the receptacle. They provided a quote of $26,149 for that work. There's money in the police department's building maintenance budget, so staff's recommending to move forward with that replacement, so next time the power goes out and the generator kicks on, it actually powers the building versus just sitting there burning natural gas.
There a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Ross, second by trustee Thorstensen. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Item number 2, approval of fire department recommendation to award the fire station number 2 bunk room, community room, and front office update project bid packages to the following low bidders. John and Dave, I hold you personally responsible for giving me such a long list. A, Construction Management, Camosi Construction, $39,600. Demolition, Camosi Construction, $27,990. Contract Supervision, Camosi Construction, $69,674. Rough Carpentry, Camosi Construction, $44,942. Millwork Specialty Finishing, $19,916. Hollow Metal Illini Hardware, $16,000. Tile Refinish Miracle Method, $5,750. Metal Studs and Drywall Rockwell Group, $50,300. Acoustical Ceilings Just Right Acoustics, $34,600. Floor Coverings Libertyville Tile, $29,188. Miscellaneous Specialties Corporal Visual, $31,447. Paint and Wall Covering Sutsos Decorating, $22,900. Fire Protection U.S. Alliance Fire Protection, $15,195. HVAC DeKalb Mechanical, $25,400. Electrical Anchor Electric, $139,900. Pat or
Yeah, Chief's going to walk us through both these items. This is his project, so.
John?
There we go. So I'll talk about this item number 2, and I'll actually talk about number 3 at the same time. Quick reminder, this project is to renovate Station 2, which was built in 1995. The building's had little to no work at all done on that since that time. The major work that's been done is a roof replacement, and then the bay floor has been resurfaced. Otherwise, the interiors haven't been touched since that date. We worked along with Camosi to be our contract manager, same group that did Fire Station number 3 as well as our Station 2 renovation. This project's very similar to the Station 2 renovation that we're doing the bunk rooms. We're changing them from an open air bunk, making them individual bunks, and then the front office area, updating all that. It was built in 95, a very open concept, really doesn't work today with computers and the amount of phone calls we're making. That was built much more for storage of paper at that time. We really don't have tons of file cabinets and storage needs anymore. A little bit different, Station 2, this is the only community room that is used for the public. Fire Station 2's classroom during the day hours is used for training of us. This is open to our public. It's used 4 to 5 nights a week by homeowners organizations, different nonprofit organizations. It has an entrance that comes straight in. It can be shut off from the rest of the station. It also has public restrooms. So part of this refinish is to bring the public restrooms up the entire room there. It has not been touched since 1995. The carpet's been replaced once in that time. And it's rough. It definitely needs a fix. So there's that addition part on there. Camosi, as part of their construction management, went out and bid these projects. The number 2 is the section where we got bids back, all competitive bids. Number 3 is more of an allowance. There has to be some walls opened up. The fire sprinkler system, for instance, we know there's some work that has to be done on that above the offices. Once you open that, we'll get a much more accurate number on that. So that's why those are done as allowances. The plumbing, for instance, is an allowance. It's literally taking a few commodes off and sinks and reinstalling. Less than a $5,000 project. You really can't get someone to come in and do a formal RFP bid on that. So that'll be worked as we get closer. And that's why that's on allowances. We broke the 2 separate so you could kind of see the difference of which one the competitive bids we've received and which ones are held for allowances. So with that, I'll open up for any questions.
All right, I'll get a motion first, and then we can ask questions if you have comments. So is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Garner. Comments or questions for John or just a general? All right. Hello. Roll call, please.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 3, approval of Fire Station number 2 bunk room, community room, and front office update project allowances. Plumbing, Camosi Construction, $5,000. General conditions, Camosi Construction, $58,340. Miscellaneous conditions, Camosi Construction, $73,130. Insurance fees and bond premium, Camosi Construction, $12,958. Contingency, Camosi Construction, $69,770. So John, you've already spoke about that, right?
Yeah.
So is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by trustee Ross. Any comments or questions? There being done, roll call, please.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Bryan.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Motion carries. Thank you, John. And we're on to public comment. Public comment is for anything that you'd like to speak about. You just need to move up to the microphone and state your name. Being done, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Balmas, second by trustee O'Brien. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.
And that was called,